Hi guys, and welcome back to my old school gunner transfer daily life. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Please smash that like, guys, and smash that subscribe. I appreciate it very much. How are y'all getting on out there, guys? Welcome back. I'm having a good week so far. A good run at the old YouTube. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, everybody for watching my live streams, my old school gunner fan cam, my old school gunner transfer daily life. Hit that like, guys. Hit the subscribe. You see it there, this side. Old school gunner, guys. Do me a favor. I'm on the rush for monetization, so I appreciate all the support, guys. I'm uploading regularly. Yesterday, believe it or not, I went on a bit of a mad one. I really pushed the boat out. I uploaded 6 videos, guys. As you can see, I'm showing the effects of it, guys. But yeah, I'm on the push, guys. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. Check out my channel, guys. Look at all the videos I uploaded yesterday. Some very interesting ones there. This morning, I already uploaded about James Maddison. The club are still interested in him, guys. It looks to be 70 million is what Leicester City are looking for him. That's a lot of money to pay, but in today's market and with the English tax, that's the way it is. Big signing he would be, guys, if we could land him. Very good player, well worth the money. Supposedly, Edu can get together 78 million. He can pull together 78 million if we can sell the players we're looking to sell, so we can offset the cost of James Maddison. I would love to see the player at the club. I'm a big fan of his. He's a driving force at Leicester City in the midfield. Incredibly talented player, great technically, perfect touch, weighted pass, crossing, you name it, guys. Leadership, he's got it all, guys. The whole package, no doubt about it. He's a baller, guys. Big up James Maddison. If he came to the club, it would be fantastic. I have a comment already. Big lad is back again. How you getting on, bro? How's life? Greetings from Venezuela. How are you getting on? Like I said, I uploaded 6 videos yesterday, so have a look through those. I've also been getting on the old Wayne Rooney thing. Of course, that's a sad situation, guys. I'm not going to make any fun of that situation with Wayne Rooney. You know what I mean? Check it out for yourselves. You see what's going on with that poor guy. I wish him all the best. All right, guys, that's it. Like I said, the James Maddison. Of course, if you saw, I uploaded yesterday also about Bukayo Saka. And there was actually 3 youth players. I'm just going to talk a little bit, guys, about things in general, and then we'll get into the transfer daily life, guys. The also got a transfer daily life. Bukayo Saka, guys, like I'm going to talk about my uploads I did yesterday. I did one about him. 3 players at Portsmouth, 3 youth players have been released by the club because of online racial abuse directed towards Saka himself, Marcus Rashford, and Jadon Sancho. After what happened at the Euros, guys, after the penalty shootout against Italy, I'm going to talk straight now, guys, for a while. I'm Irish, guys. I'm not an English football fan. But of course, I like Saka playing at Arsenal. But I'm going to talk straight, regardless of which national side I support, which country I come from. The way these 3 guys were treated, guys, is an absolute disgrace, guys. Absolutely disgraceful the way they were treated. Yeah, they messed up the penalties. I'm not going to say football is a part, guys. It is important and a big part of a lot of people's lives. To stoop so low and racially abuse these guys when they were doing their best for their country. Without Saka, they wouldn't have even got to the final line. Okay, his missed penalty, all the penalties were shocking from the 3 lads. But that doesn't give anybody the right to racially abuse them. I could never condone that, guys. I would always condemn it. I'm going to talk a little bit about Arsenal back in the day, guys, just to give an example of what was going on there. I mean, Michael Thomas, of course, the one, the only, David Rocastle, Ian Wright, Kevin Campbell, they all came to our club, guys, because years and years ago, guys, back in the day, I'm sure Warren's Team Talk will remember this too. Arsenal, there was a racist element trying to come into football, trying to get into Arsenal FC. The fans of Arsenal from way back in the day fought them on the terraces, guys. They fought them outside the ground to stop them from gaining a foothold in the football club. Okay? That's basically what happened. I'm not going to say any more than that. This made players like Ian Wright, like Kevin Campbell, like David Rocastle. It made players like them guys come to our club. Simple as that. So I'm going to go again, guys, about Saka. I could never condone that kind of behaviour, guys. I would always condemn it. Well out of order, guys. Absolutely disgraceful behaviour. And if anyone ever witnesses that kind of thing, I mean, things happen on a football field between players, but you can call him this, you can call him that, you can call him the other, but no get racist about it. And for people on social media to be directing racism, I mean, let's look back to that Ian Wright thing. Let's look back to the racism that he faced. I think it was on Twitter. It ended up being like a 16-year-old kid, unfortunately from my country, an Irish teenager, a 16-year-old, was racially abusing him. You know what I mean? Ian Wright is one of our own guys. It doesn't matter what his skin colour is. It doesn't matter where the guy comes from. He's one of our own. And even if we weren't connected through football, nobody deserves to be treated like that. Disgraceful behaviour. I mean, these guys are young guys. I mean, Saka's only 19, guys. You know what I mean? He's still a teenager, guys. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what he's doing with his life, who he's playing for. You see him, guys. He's a young guy. You know what I mean? You can't compare him to Aubameyang and Lacazette. You can't compare him to Kolasinac. You know what I mean? He's a young guy. They're men. So for them to be racially abused like that when they were doing their best for their country, absolutely disgraceful. All right, guys, I'm going to move on past that. I think I made a question about that. Absolutely disgraceful. I also did a video, of course, about Rooney. I did a video about Saka. I did a video about Martinez at Inter Milan, if you want to check that out. We're still looking for a CAM, guys. We're still looking for a striker. We've been linked to Martinez at Inter Milan. Of course, he's an Argentine striker, guys. He's a goal machine. 12 years of age, young, strong, and fit, guys. He's fast. He's a real handful. He scored a load of goals for guys. A load of goals for Argentina. Everybody's mad he's hit ton goals. A real goal machine. 60 million is what we've been quoted for that player. So maybe we can get Martinez from Inter Milan. He said he won the Copa America just recently with Argentina. Messi's first international trophy. Yeah, great player, guys. But what do you think about him? Big lad, what do you think about that? Would you like Martinez at the club? He definitely is a great player. And he's at that age where Arteta's looking to build a team for the future. He's bringing in young, talented players. He fits directly into that category. 23 years of age. He's a top-class player. Say no more about it. Goal machine. Tried and tested. He's been banging in the goals in Serie A, guys. Not an easy league to do that in for a striker. They're so defense-minded there. Another video I did was, let's see, I did the Saka, I did the Martinez, I did the Rooney, this morning I did James Maddison. I'm just going to crack straight on into it, guys. Yeah, there's another comment coming in there for Big Lad. I'm just going to pick that up. He's a good player, but I'd rather we sign Maddison, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, but we could buy both of them. Maddison is in the midfield and Martinez plays up front. Of course, the money situation maybe is what you're referring to. Maybe we can't afford both of those players. And so it could be costly. We definitely need a striker. We definitely need one more striker. And we also need that CM. Absolute must. And with the firepower we have, in respects to young guns coming through, in respects to Martinelli, yeah. In respect to the other guys there on the forwards, Balogun, Nketiah, we still need an extra striker and we do need a CM. So if we could get those guys, it would be absolutely perfect. And if we can offload the players we're trying to offload, like Deadwood, like Granit Xhaka, nothing players like him, and nothing players like Bellerin, and if we can offload those guys, we'll be doing all right. Thank you for that comment, Big Lad. Thank you for joining again today. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the live stream so far. Check out all the videos I posted yesterday. I posted 6. I uploaded 6 videos yesterday. I had a bit of time to myself. The wife was gone out with her niece. They were watching a movie, doing this and that. So I had a bit of time to myself. So I just drove on hell for leather, uploaded 6 videos saying more about it. Right, let's crack on. Let's get going with this. Time to make some YouTube history. Trying to change YouTube a bit with the old school gunner live and in full effect. Confidence is a great thing, guys. If you're confident, you can do a lot in life. positive mental attitude. You know what I mean? You'll have to have a positive mental attitude as an Arsenal fan anyway. I think everyone will agree with that, all joking aside. You have to have a positive mental attitude when you're an Arsenal fan. We've been through the mill the last couple of years. We've been put through the ringer. Right, here we go. Let's get into this. I'm gonna big up a couple of fellow YouTubers. Warren at Warren's Team Talk. Check out his channel, guys. An Arsenal fan from way back in the day, guys. I mean, he'd be talking about watching games in 1972, saying no more about it. Big up yourself, Warren. He's the real old school gunner. You know what I mean? I'm only the contender for the throne. He's sitting on the throne, guys. He's the real old school gunner. I'm just his assistant. I'd also like to big up Arsenal Alex. He's got a great channel, guys. Check it out. He's more than 1,000 subscribers like myself, guys. He's got a good channel. He's done a lot of shorts recently. Check him out, guys. Arsenal Alex. Another YouTuber, a guy that I have guested on his podcast twice so far. He does a podcast, guys, possession-based podcast, Drawn by Dre. So check him out on YouTube, guys. Drawn by Dre. Instagram, the account is the same name, guys. Drawn by Dre. Check those two guys out. Check Warren out as well. Check the three of them out, guys. I'll support any fellows YouTubers, no doubt about it. And they're die-hard Gooners, guys. Arsenal to the core. So respect to those three fellas. I'm the old school gunner. I don't give respect easily, guys, but they're good YouTubers. They got it going on. You know what I mean? Say no more about it, guys. They have good channels. Check it out. Better channels than my own, I find, to be fair. There you have it. I'm building, I'm growing, and I'm getting into it slowly. Learning process, guys. So here we go. Let's crack on. The assemble is back. Good afternoon, assemble. What's happening? Let me put that up there so everyone can see the church house. Thank you very much for tuning in. Nice to have you back again. I look forward to an interesting, educated discussion with you as always. You know your stuff about football. So, yeah, I look forward to it. I look forward to a nice discussion about the different situations. Like I said, check out my channel, guys. Look at the videos I uploaded yesterday. I love different ones going on. The whole situation with Kyle Saka, reports players that were released because of racially abusing him online on social media. This, that, and the other, guys. Check it all out. Martinez, the Argentine striker, and Madison. I uploaded that this morning, guys, before I came online. So there we go. Let me crack on with this a little bit, guys, and see what's going on. The game we played yesterday, guys, the 4-1 win over Watford, we really replicated that. It was just like the Millwall game, guys, a few days ago. 2 fun wins, 2 good victories. The one yesterday, it was impressive. I like the look of. Okay, let me just get into this. Why are you so certain that Madison is going to improve Arsenal? Because a player of his quality can't help but improve the team. He's a very, very good player. Can't help but improve our field. Okay, we have a couple of good players in there, but need strengthening. It's a real area that needs strengthening. If you're not keen on Madison, I can maybe understand that. Maybe he's not everyone's cup of tea, but I think a player of his quality is only going to improve the team. It's only going to improve the midfield. But if you're not keen on him, then what player do you have in mind? What player would you see fitting in? Who would you have in mind to play? Or would you pick no one at all? Do you think our midfield is okay? Let me know how you feel about that, the assembled. And thank you for the comment again. I appreciate you tuning in. So let me crack on, guys. Yeah, the game yesterday against Watford, it was a good win. Watford, of course, their training road is right next door to Arsenal. Arsenal being right next to London Colony, guys. So it was easy for them to meet up and have the game yesterday. Of course, Ben White was there, guys. I'm sure he met the players. I'm sure he talked to the coach. He was there for the medical guys. Of course, he left a bit earlier than them. The goals were scored by Eddie Nketiah yesterday. Absolutely brilliant goal, guys. There was a penalty by Alexander Lacazette. Kieran Tierney got one. And also a brilliant goal at the end by Aziz. Aziz is actually, I've been impressed with him. Like back in January, he looked a bit lightweight. Yesterday, he looks like he's been doing some serious weight training, especially on his legs, guys. He looks much, much stronger than he was before. Physical strength is all a part of the game, of course. You need to be physically strong, especially in the Premier League. Great win yesterday, guys. 4-1. Like I said, the goal scorers right across the range, guys. Very good performance, guys. I was very happy to see us, the way they were playing. Very impressive. Tierney is hungry, aggressive, winner. Great through ball for the first goal. El Nani, we can move that player on. I would be happy. Him and Shaka, Bellerin. Man. I mean, El Nani is already getting into his form for the season. I mean, some bad mistake yesterday. If that happens in a competitive game, guys, which he did regularly last season, I know he's very careless at times. All the players that kind of have played for Switzerland or played for Swiss league clubs, they're at a certain level and they seem to just switch off at times, quite careless and lack of awareness. If I was in that position, guys, I wouldn't have tried to play it out. I would just hit it. Like he was already facing forward. Just crack it up the field. Just get rid of it because the players from Watford were all over him and they were really pressing at that point in the game. Smash it up the field. It doesn't matter who gave him the ball, what they played him into. He had plenty of time to put his foot through it and get it up the park. That's what I would have done. Simple as. What quality? If he was so valuable, Leicester wouldn't sell him and have Ashley Maitland-Niles as part of the deal with tennis track record. I'm not sure we'd have the better part of that deal. I think the reason why, I understand your point, I take it on board, but I think one of the reasons why actually Leicester are looking to sell him is because there is a bit of conflict with other players on the training ground. There's reports coming in of that. He's a bit unsettled. There's a bit of there's arguments going on the training ground between him and several players. And they didn't name those players, but they said that there's a bit of an uncomfortable air or an undercurrent at training at the moment. He seems to be happy to go. He doesn't want to stay at Leicester. I would definitely take the player. He's a quality player, in my opinion. I like him a lot, and I would like to see him playing in Arsenal. I take your point on board. Of course, we have Ashley Maitland-Niles, but I take your point on board. Yeah, Arteta's track record, okay. He hasn't got the best track record in the world. I'll give you that one. But Maddison himself is a good player. But yeah, Arteta's track record, of course, it leaves much to be desired. No doubt about that. I mean, yeah, straight in. So Arsenal are going to buy a problem. Maybe not. Maybe he'll be very happy in Islington, very happy in North London. I'd be happy if I was playing there. I'm sure you'd be happy if you were playing there. But yeah, I take your point on board. But I support the transfer if we can manage it. I like to see him at the club. And players with problems, they tend to play with an edge, a bit of attitude. Maybe we'd win the league with him. Who knows? Okay, thank you for that, assembled. Keep the comments coming. I'm enjoying it. And thank you. Like I said, guys, I'll post all the comments up here. I respect everybody's opinions, and I appreciate the assemble for tuning in, and big glad too. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. If you have anything you want to talk about, guys, just put it in the comments, and I'll address it. Anything you've heard, any news regarding signings, regarding formations. I was actually on creativeformation.com yesterday doing up the formation and the team I would like to see start against Brentford. I'm going to do a little bit video about that later, and I'm going to post it so you can see it, guys. Yeah, all right, let's crack on back into it, guys. Let's do this. Five things that we learned from yesterday against Watford, guys. The first thing we learned, Lakonga was doing everything that El Neni can't do. Second thing, Nketiah overshadowed Aubameyang. Third thing, more errors at the back, guys, because we're playing it out at the back. Number 4, dominant Partey. 5th, Aziz, another Hayden product. I'm going to go through them and things. Just put this up here. Did you get time to research Karamoko Dembele again? I actually didn't. I posted 6 videos yesterday, and that kept me busy. And then I went into the kitchen last night, and I had a fight with a cucaracha, with a giant cockroach that had come out of the forest. I'm going to be honest about that now. I uploaded 6 videos yesterday, and then later in the night, I had a big fight with a giant cockroach. So, long story, guys, long story. I'm in as well. If there's bugs over here, they're only coming one way, guys. Huge. So there you go. I was fighting for my life against a giant cockroach. Moko Dembele, I didn't. I know he's Celtic. I did see, by the way, that Celtic got knocked out of the Champions League qualifiers again. Again, they got knocked out, guys. As far as I know, what happened again to them last season. They got knocked out of the Champions League qualifiers. So maybe now Karamoka Dembele wants to come to us. Seeing as Celtic won't be in the Champions League either. But they probably will have European football, which is something else I don't have. But I didn't get time to research it, unfortunately. I apologise about that. All right, here we go. He assembled again. He'll be on good wages on London if you don't agree with Arteta. He'll put you on loan, i.e. Meduzi, Saliba, Amen, welcome, or you don't play Nelson, Balogun, Martinelli. Thoughts? Yeah, my thoughts on that. He would be on good wages, but I agree with you completely. If you don't agree with Arteta, with his style of play, this and that, he will put you on loan. Guendouzi was a good player for the club. Saliba never got a shot. Nelson, Balogun, Martinelli. I think that's Balogun you're talking about there, Balogun. Balogun, Martinelli. Yeah, Arteta's Arteta at the end of the day, and he loves Willian. For some reason, he always plays the Chelsea agent Willian, and loves that player. I can't see it myself, to be honest. What'll be going on? But he played a nice ball for the goal yesterday, Willian. He didn't do too badly. But that's in a pre-season friendly against Watford, guys. Willian isn't worthy of a starting place in the team. Obviously, the starting 11, absolutely not. The way he doesn't play Martinelli. Balogun is a real handful. He's really quick in the forwards. Martinelli is a sublime player. I'm a big fan of his. With Mikel Arteta, guys, it's a mixed bag. You don't know what he's going to do. He played Aubameyang in the worst form of his life, 15 games in a row. Go figure. He leaves Thomas Partey, who had an absolute nightmare in the Europa League second leg when we were home to Villarreal, and it was all to play for. That player had an absolute nightmare, and he's stuck by him. He played the worst I've seen him play since he came to Arsenal. So that's kind of Arteta. He sticks with the players that aren't playing too well at the moment. And it should go on form, guys. It should go on form. And form changes through the season. It should go on form. It doesn't go on form with Arteta. He just plays the players he thinks are good. Pick the form players in training. See what's going on. A guy looks sharp. A guy looks hungry. A guy's upstage in Aubameyang. Put him in there. You know what I mean? If it's not going well after half an hour, change it up. You can make changes in the game. It's not like you're stuck for 90 minutes with the one player on the field. All right. Because I know people that are Rangers fans and they love to see Celtic get knocked out of the UCL. Of course they would. I'm from Ireland anyway. I'm Irish. I'm from the Republic of Ireland, not the North. I'm a Celtic fan, of course. We all support Celtic in the Republic. But yeah, Rangers have been the best team in the SPL for the last couple of years, and deservedly so. They're the champions, and they've been playing the best football. Celtic going through a rough patch at the moment. They deserve to get knocked out yesterday. Like, you can't say anything against the other team. The other team deserves to go through. Of course, Rangers fans are going to rejoice in that. I mean, when Celtic won 10 league titles in a row, they were getting it from the Celtic fans. So if you're going to give it, you got to take it. And that's the way it is, you know. Celtic fans were destroying them. Now it's a bit of payback coming. That's life. That's football. Like I said, if you're going to give it, you got to take it. Celtic won 10 in a row. Now they're going through tougher times. That's the way it is, guys. But the team yesterday that played against me from Iceland, I'm going to try to they deserve to go through, say no more about it. And I Celtic, but I see it as it is. Better team went through, no more. They assembled. It was Shaka, Bellingham, Willian, Aubameyang. That's because they're all yes men. Because they're all puppets. And Bellerin is more like a model like a player. I'm better than Bellerin with the football. You know what I mean? He's a bit faster, but I'm definitely better than him. My mother was better than Bellerin. Shaka, FC Ball is his level. Hopefully he'll go to Roma. We can offload that player. Nothing player. Willian, agent Willian, Chelsea. Yeah. Aubameyang, he's not been at it. Missed a load of sitters in those preseason friendlies. We need to be firing against Brentford the first game. I honestly want to play him. I honestly would play Balogun. Or even give Aziz a chance. As crazy as that sounds, people probably think I'm nuts. But if we have a strong defence and a strong midfield in that game, let's try some of the young guys up front against Brentford and see what they can do. Aubameyang is not in form. He might get one goal, we might win 1-0, but he's not in form. I'm sure when Martinelli comes back from Brazil, he'll be a little bit tired, but he'll be firing on all cylinders when the start of the league comes. Balogun, Aziz. Like I said, Aziz has got very strong in the last 6 months, guys. He's put on a lot of muscle. He's well up for the Premier League now. He's well up for it. These guys are young, fit, and hungry guys. And they're not driving around in Lamborghinis and they're not thinking of their wags at home. These guys are motivated to play for the club and they want to put the ball in the net. They're hungry. Technically, they're on point. Aubameyang, great player on his day. He hasn't had his day a lot, guys, last season, to be honest. And now he started again. He's not in form, guys. He's not in form. And I don't think anybody would criticise Arteta if he left him out of the first match. I definitely wouldn't. No way at all. Let's put a couple of the young guys in there and see what they can do. And like I said, if we have a strong defence and a strong midfield, these guys will get a couple of chances. Let's see can they take them. At some point, we're going to have to do something about the whole striking situation. I was talking about Martinez. I mean, Aubameyang's not at it. Simple as that. They must all be a bunch of yes men. That's why he likes them. You know what I mean? Kissing ass. I'm going to keep it clean now, guys, because we're on air. But they must be a bunch of yes men. Why else would he like them? You know what I mean? They're not that good. Apart from Aubameyang, who's had his days in the sun, the rest of them, the other three, come on, man. Anyway, say no more about it. Thank you for that comedy assembly. I appreciate it. I don't mince my words. You know what I mean? Give the youngs in the first match and see what they can do. They're hungry, guys. They're hungry. They want to win. They want to do the business. Assembled. Comment there, guys. I'd actually have respect for Arteta if he sold Aubameyang. My reasoning, he made a tremendous error giving him a new contract. He made a mistake and corrected it. Using him and missing, no. I agree with you. It was definitely a big mistake giving him a new contract. He's not what he was. He's fat. It's been a learning action slide. He had personal problems in the middle of last season. I don't remember. He had to go over and see his mother for a couple of weeks, and there were things going on at home. He didn't come for training. He was in a couple of days off, this, that, and the other. I was concerned about him, of course, because obviously he's not just a football player, he's a person, and if he had problems going on in his personal life, of course, I would be concerned about that because he's human at the end of the day, guys. But from a football perspective, guys, if he's not doing the business for us on the field, I mean, he shouldn't be playing. And definitely the young guns, guys, they're champing at the bit. They're looking for a chance. They're impressing in pre-season. And they're overshadowing Aubameyang. He's not at the races at the moment. That's how I see it, guys. It was an error giving him a new contract. You know your football, in fairness, my friend. That was an error. But yeah, when you make a mistake and you correct it, it's much better than just using him, letting him play, and he's not playing well. I agree with you completely. If he sold him, it would shake things up. I think maybe that's what the club needs, a bit of a shake-up. Like, we only have 11 players that can start every game, guys, when you consider the squad we have. Is Aubameyang worthy of a starting place? No. And he is going to start against Brentford because Arteta, he's got no cojones. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Yeah, Saliba had personal problems and he was treated entirely differently. That's true. Um, it's one rule for one and one rule for another. But like I said, they're all Arteta's pets. Whereas Saliba, Guendouzi, he's got no love for them. You know what I mean? Guendouzi obviously was a bit ill-disciplined in training, they said. Obviously, he told Arteta what he thought about things and what he thought about him as a manager. Um, it's a pity when Patrick Vieira was looking to come back to the Premier League that Arsenal didn't jump on that. I didn't try to get him in. Yeah, but I agree with you. Yeah, poor Saliba. Huh? Man, he's a good player, Saliba. He's a good player, and so is Guendouzi. Big lad at the comment here, and he should have the captain's armband. I would give it to Ben White, as crazy as that sounds. Or Tierney. You know what I mean? I'd give it to Ben White or Tierney. I'm a big fan of Tierney's. Fantastic, fantastic player. He's one of my favourite players at the club. Every time I hear his name, I'm switched on to what's going on at the club. I pay attention when I hear news things about Kieran Tierney because it interests me because he's a good player. Class act, guys. He's a class act in the position he plays. And like I said, I have a lot of interest in that player. Him, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Saka. A lot of time for these guys. Guys. There we go. He assembled. Saliba lost both parents at 19. Yeah, I know that, but like, yeah, say no more about it. He's been through the mill, you know. Good player. I thought I should have given him a bit more of a chance, but look, it is what it is. Now he's at Marseille. I honestly don't think he's ever going to feature for Arsenal again. I wish the player all the best, obviously. You never know what can happen in the future, guys. I honestly think this season for Arteta is make or break. He has to do something, guys. There has to be some kind of improvement. It can't be the same as last season. If it's the same as last season, I think Arteta could be in a bit of trouble. But he himself is a yes man. Yeah, it's a lame excuse. Yeah, it is. I agree with you completely. You're talking candidly, no, you're talking straight. I will too. I agree with you completely. It is a lame excuse. Yeah. But yeah, I honestly don't think he's going to feature at the club again, staying on course. I don't think Saliba, we're talking about Saliba here, guys. Saliba, that of course has gone to Marseille in League One. Of course, Guendouzi has also been sent. Yeah, I don't think Saliba is ever going to feature for the club again. Of course, Guendouzi isn't. There's no love lost between him and Arteta. But Saliba, he's going to feature for the club, unfortunately. And I can't see that happening. I wish him all the best in Marseille in League One. I hope it works out for him. Yeah, that's it. What more can I say? But yeah, thank you for the comments, Stephen. Thank you, big lad. I appreciate it. Yeah, let's keep it going. Like how you're doing, guys, I'm going to talk about those points I was making. The 5 things we learned from the game. The first one, Lokonga doing, guys, what El Neni can. I was really impressed with him. The way he covers the space, he can play the press. When he gets the ball, he's always thinking forward runs. Otherwise than El Neni likes to play the safe pass. Lokonga, he's looking to go forward with the ball, and he's asking questions of the opposition players. He's got tremendous potential, guys. It's interesting to see when he continues playing preseason, whether Arteta is going to field him in don't think he will, but he's very good in tight spaces. That's one thing I like. That is one of the criticisms of Granit Xhaka too, guys. Him and Elneny, they don't play well in tight spaces. Lokonga, Alfred Sambi-Lokonga, a new signing from Anderlecht, guys, the Belgian international, he plays very good in tight spaces. He's always looking on the front foot, guys, to push forward. A good player. Hopefully Arteta won't get his claws into him, change the way he plays. The assembled again in Real Madrid are looking for a centre back and they are interested in Saliba. What would you think if he ended up there? With the currency at Real Madrid, I'll be honest, they're not the best at the moment, and they're weaker than they've been in a long, long time. I'd be happy for him if he ended up there. Yeah, I'd be happy for the player. I think he has the ability to do it there at Real Madrid, but like I said, they need players like him now at the moment. They have been struggling the past year or two. Definitely last season they weren't at it. Yeah, they were in the Champions League. Yeah, they lost to a good Chelsea side, as I remember, but they weren't really at it in the Champions League. It's a tough one, but I definitely think he could do well if he went there. As I said, they're lacking a bit of quality at the moment, and maybe they need a player like him. He is big, he is strong, he is quick. He ticks all those boxes, and they're the kind of players they like. They like the quick players at the back that can get the ball forward as quickly as possible. Moose, welcome to the show, Moose. I hope you're enjoying the live stream. I'm just going to put your comment up there. Thank you for the comment you assembled. I appreciate it. And thank you all for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. Moose, I think Willock should start against Brentford. Willock had a fantastic season last season out on loan against Newcastle. He was very, very good for them. I see they're trying to sign him again. I honestly don't think he's going to start. Maybe he'll feature during the game in the subs. We'll have to see how things go. Moves again. He sees Thomas Partey, Joe Willock, and Emile Smith-Rowe in the midfield. Yeah, we'll have to see how that works out. I'm not too sure about that, to be honest. I have it made out myself. I was on creativeformationyesterday.com, and I did up the new players and I put them in, and I did it. I did the formation of the players. I'm going to post that at some point today, so you can check that out, guys. And not in Arsenal, that's not good. Yeah, but if Mikel Arteta isn't rating, you're talking about Saliba, of course, again, he assembled. If Mikel Arteta is not rating the player, if Mikel Arteta doesn't want anything to do with the player's not going to play, regardless of his ability, regardless of his talent. I believe he is good enough to play for the club. I'm going to address that directly. Yeah? I believe he is good enough to play for the club. But if he had a falling out with Mikel Arteta, if they don't see eye to eye on a few things, Arteta is the manager. That's all there is about it. He's not going to feature, regardless of his talent and his ability. He's over at Marseille now, so we can forget that for a while, There's nothing doing. He's gone for the moment. Let's be positive, guys. I was born positive, my friend. Trust me, I've been supporting the club since '93. I've seen the good and the bad times. Yeah, I know what you mean. Let's think positive. I am thinking positive because we bought a couple of good players there and things are looking well, but we still need a CM, we still need a striker. But I am thinking positive for the new season. We need to get off to the best possible start. We can't be waiting 4 or 5 games for everything to gel. We need to try to get points from those games too. It's going to be a tough season for us. The opposition, the other teams, they were actually stronger than us last season, and they have strengthened further than us, in my opinion. So it's going to be hard for us to break in. If we can hit the top 6, I think we could consider that an improvement. Mikel Arteta's management is sadly lacking, guys. I don't think some people out there, and I respect everyone's opinions, I don't think some people out there are actually tuned into the fact that, how do I say this properly without offending half the world? Mikel Arteta is not a good manager, guys. And he's very lacking in experience. He's not a manager, he's a football player. He's really lacking in experience and know-how, guys. Last season was a real bad one at some points. I mean, we were languishing down in 17th position, guys. People were joking with me about relegation. For me, at one point, it was a real possibility that we could be relegated because I couldn't see where the results were going to come from. Luckily, there was Saka, they pulled us through, guys. They pulled us clear. Aubameyang, like I said, they weren't doing anything, guys. It was the young guns that pulled us through, Saka and Smith. You see the contract that Smith was being awarded, guys. Thank God that at least Arteta was man enough to admit that and see what was going on the field. Okay. It's all positive. Don't let Arsenal make you lie to yourself. Yeah, yeah, it is all positive, but you shouldn't let Arsenal make you lie to yourself. Um, yeah, I think that's a general comment for everybody, to be honest, not just directed at the OSG. But of course, I'm always positive. You can't help but be positive if you're an Arsenal fan. We've been through the mill a couple of times, guys. You know what I mean? It's been a hard road for us. We have been champions in 17 years, guys, and every season we're getting further and further away. But I'm positive about the new season. I'm looking forward to see the young guys playing how we do in the Premier League. I'm really looking forward to the start of the season and seeing how we do in the Premier League. It's going to be of real interest to me. And of course, for my channel, I'm going to be covering that, guys. I'm going to be doing my live streams and talking about what's going on in the game. And I look forward to my channel growing and growing and growing. I just want to thank you all for tuning in, guys. I'm going to keep going with the live stream now, but I just want to take this opportunity to thank you all for tuning in, for giving your opinions. I will always respect anyone's opinions on my channel, guys. You can lay it all out there in the comments. You don't have to hold back. Let it be known how you feel about things. That's what I want. I want clarity and honesty, and everyone speaking their mind. Keep it clean, of course, in the comments, guys, because there's people watching this. There's young people probably watching this too. But I want you to express yourselves and give your opinions. And if it differs from mine or anybody else's, we just have to deal with that. You know what I mean? That's not your problem. Let your comments out there, guys. Let your feelings be known on certain situations. Don't be a sheep and follow everybody else. Be yourself, and it'll all be known, guys. And that's directly from the OSG. Sub to my channel, guys. Like the videos. Do me a favor. Yeah. I'm a Gooner, guys, since 1993, supporting the club. An Irish Gooner, heart and soul, guys. As you can see, I've got the classic. I've got the real deal there, guys. You know what I mean? Back in the day, I've got the original, and that would always be there, guys. It's never going away. So here we go. Let's get back into it. That Arteta needs to leave his title as manager. That means manage situations to get positive outcomes. He does appear to be socially awkward. Yeah, he's no Jurgen Klopp. Let's be honest about that. He's not going to run the length of the field like a lunatic, pumping his fist and jumping around with the players. Yeah, everybody has an awkward relation like that in the family. Arteta is obviously the one in his family. Awkwardness aside, though, socially awkward, he does need to manage a bit better, actually manage the players. A lot of good managers, they actually come across as being like a father figure, especially to the younger players and some of the older players too, because managers tend to be that bit older. They have that experience. Arteta's still a young enough guy, maybe an older manager, maybe more like a father figure, has that experience. I can talk to the players. But even a guy like Patrick Vieira, I mean, if I was playing for Patrick Vieira, I would just listen to everybody said and respect him. Obviously, if I think he's gone off a bit, I would say it. And then I'd probably end up on knowing like Guendouzi at Marseille. No, but guys, seriously, yeah, I don't know what. The thing with Arteta for me is he seems to be lacking a bit of fire in his belly and a bit of passion. And he's very methodical and controlled, and maybe has to give this appearance of he's in control on the sideline and he's a gentleman, this, that, the other. There's nothing wrong with shouting and roaring at times and gays. There's nothing wrong with letting out a couple of swear words on the sideline and screaming and roaring at a pair of things that go well. I'm not saying losing your mind, but you have to react at points in a game to decisions, to this, to that. I mean, look at Jurgen Klopp. But obviously, it's not just that. Klopp as a manager is head and shoulders above Arteta, light years beyond him. And so is Pep Guardiola. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I don't know about him as a manager, like, but well, that's for another day. But definitely Guardiola, Klopp. Every manager that Spurs get is better than the manager we have. It doesn't matter who they get, guys. Leicester's manager, Brendan Rodgers, is a better manager than Arteta, hands down, easy. Patrick Vieira is probably better than him too, guys. Let's see. It's going to be an interesting couple of London derbies against Palace. Arteta facing off against Patrick Vieira. We'll see how that goes, guys. But definitely, yeah, he lacks a bit of fire. He lacks it in his belly. He doesn't actually get fired up on the sidelines. And he takes forever to make a change, guys, when he says things aren't going well. Things aren't going good, guys. He takes forever making a change. And at half time, guys, when the team are up against it and they come out for the second half, he doesn't get them. He doesn't seem to get them fired up. They don't kind of come out like they're up for a scrap and they're up for a challenge. They tend to come out like very lackadaisical and passive. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's a good point. Is he a parent? He's got a rocking wife anyway. He's got one of the most beautiful wives of all time. A real cracker. She's no Colleen Rooney, you know what I mean? She's a real beautiful woman. So how he landed her, I don't know. But there you go. Uh, why should he learn at Arsenal? Why should he 4-4-4? Why should he learn at Arsenal? I don't know what the 4-4-4 is. You've been typing that a few times. I'm not sure what that is. But why should he learn at Arsenal? Why should he learn at Arsenal? Not much. Yeah. Okay. I get you. Yeah. What should he learning at Arsenal? I mean, we don't want to be that he learns to be a manager with. We want to be successful. I hear you. Exactly. Why should he learn at Arsenal? But that's Mikel Arteta for you. That's the way he is. I'm just going to take on a bit of hour there, guys. It's getting hot here in the jungle. Okay. That brings me back to life. Yeah, but I get your point, assembled. So I'll put that up there again. Why should he learn at Arsenal? I mean, why should we be the club that he learns his trade at? And we be the club that he uses an earning curve? I mean, where's he going to go after that? I mean, what team is he going to join in? He's just using the club as a stepping stone. All the problems at the club, guys, from all the problems, guys, all the problems, they all land at Kroenke's doorstep, guys. You know what I mean? No one needs to out there supporting Kroenke Sports and Entertainment in the US, guys. Nobody should be supporting that. Yeah, all the problems in the club, guys, they all stem from Stan Kroenke and Josh Kroenke. And people should bear that in mind. Arteta is a yes man. He's a puppet. And the players he likes, they're also yes men and puppets. And there's no right teams in our team, guys. There's no guys that will actually argue with the players, argue with the manager, still have a falling out with him, and to this day don't speak to them. We have nobody like that that has a pair of that has the cojones. We've no one like that in the team, guys. And anyone that we could have had, they were sent away over to Marseille. Would you say that Arteta was bad recruitment? Absolutely. He's a former player, and I think that maybe tricked everybody, including myself. I heard that Mikel Arteta was coming in as coach. Of course, everybody knows Mikel Arteta. And of course, you probably have memories of him as a player. He cares a lot about the club. He does care a lot about the club. But that doesn't bring in results, guys. We shouldn't let our hearts rule our heads. He cares a lot about the club. He's Arsenal through and through. But why does he actually... no, I understand the 4-4 exactly. You're agreeing with me, lad. Yeah, but the thing is, why does he exactly... Yeah, that recruitment, absolutely. But he came in with very little experience. Just because he was assistant manager at City to Pep Guardiola, like I've been saying since I'm blue in the face, guys, like I said yesterday many times, and the day before, and the day before that, and the day before that, just because he was assistant to Pep Guardiola doesn't mean he's going to take Arsenal to the Champions League final, guys. Doesn't mean we're going to win the league 3 years in a row. Arteta was the man pulling the strings at City. Guardiola was the man pulling the strings at City. Arteta was his assistant. Just because he was assistant, guys, doesn't mean that he's the real deal himself. You know what I mean? He's not that experienced. He's not an experienced coach. And you can see it out there when things aren't going right, guys. He takes an age to make a change, and then he makes the wrong one. He does the opposite of what we need at that moment in time. Sometimes we have to play a little bit recklessly, guys. Take a chance and throw the kitchen sink, as we say in the business. That's an old saying, no, guys. But you need to throw the kitchen sink at the opposition sometimes. Pin them back, press high up the field, and really put them under pressure and force mistakes, guys. If we can force mistakes and get the ball when they're playing in a round, we're already in. You know what I mean? All their players are caught upfield. Look, we hit us on the counter. We press, we force a mistake, and there's only maybe one defender, two defenders back, and the keeper to beat. That's football, guys. That's how Barcelona did it. That's how Real Madrid did it. That's how Spurs play. That's how Liverpool play. Liverpool's pressing game, guys, is the best I've seen. Incredible pressing, guys. They put so much pressure on the other team when the other team is in possession. When Liverpool don't have the ball, guys, that's when they're at their most dangerous. When they don't have the ball, they're at their most dangerous, guys, because they're buzzing up there. And their pressing is absolutely, you know what I mean? When Virgil van Dijk comes back, guys, watch out, because the guy is an absolute monster. And him in that formation with the pressing, guys, good night, Vienna. I don't care what striker you are. When you're up against Virgil van Dijk, you're not going to stop him coming out with the ball, guys. When he wins the ball, put your body in the way, guys. He'll just roll straight over you. Van Dijk, an absolute monster at the back for Liverpool, guys. He suits their pressing perfectly. I could talk all day and all night about that player. He's one hell of a player, guys. And like I said, any striker that thinks they're going to stop him coming out with the ball, good luck to you, because when he gets ahead of steam up, guys, and he gets a run on with the ball and he's bringing it out, you want to be some player to stick the rock and stop him, guys. He's a monster. Big lad. If it was up to me, I wouldn't have hired him due to his lack of experience. I agree 110% behind you. The fact we hired him at all, I think the board got away with it because he was a known player. A player that was already at the club, that had been at the club, people knew him, and that tricked people, including myself. Take Gerrard, for example. I think he'll become the Liverpool boss one day, but before he's getting experience at Rangers. Exactly, an experience as manager, not like Arteta at City, assistant manager. You know what I mean? That's a good point, big lad. Big up yourself. The Assembled agrees with that. He doesn't care about Arsenal. His ego won't allow it. He is Spanish. He probably thinks a lot of himself. He's probably in love with himself, but he's in love with Willian. He's probably in love with himself too, and at some point he has time to love his wife. But yeah, if he cared about Arsenal, why was Xhaka, Willian, and Aubameyang playing on form? Exactly. You know what I mean? Well, Xhaka's a nothing player. It's not that Xhaka's playing out of form. Well, maybe you're saying Aubameyang was playing out of form. Like Xhaka wasn't playing out of form. Xhaka is constantly bad. Okay, let's go back to this. Thoughts on Amari Hutchinson? I like him. He's a strong player. He is a good player, but yeah, you like that comment about he's in love with Willian. Yeah, he is. Like Willian is agent Willian. He's a Chelsea agent. He's there to just disrupt everything, guys, and we need to offload that player big time. He definitely is in love with Willian, though. He played Willian like and Willian into a holding role 5 minutes to go when we need a goal. How does that make sense that Willian comes on and goes into a holding position when we need a goal? I don't understand. Anyway, say no more about it. Let's get on this. He's in love with Willian. Yeah. Guys. Right, let's check something there quick. One of my videos. Let's see what's doing, guys. I don't know. Okay, doing crap. Let's not come to it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, guys, you know what I mean? It is what it is. What do you think about Lautaro Martinez, guys? What do you think about him? Why do you think if we signed that player, that striker from Inter Milan, Lautaro Martinez? I did a video about that last night, guys. Check it out if you want. Just a short video. It's not going to change the world, but he's been playing very good for Inter, guys. He's an absolute goal machine, this guy. And we do need a striker, in my opinion. We do need another forward in there to mix things up. What about when they played the missing role? Like the false nine. There was a slight improvement, I'm not going to lie. But in general, the player, in my opinion, we should sell him. He did improve when he played that position, but he was playing much better for Chelsea when he was at Chelsea. It's like when he started to lose his mojo, they sold him to us. Like we have been getting for a long time, we've been getting the leftovers from Chelsea and giving them Olivier Giroud. Or we give United Van Persie and Alexis Sanchez. Of course, Alexis Sanchez had an absolute nightmare, guys. You can't compare him with Van Persie's time at United. Van Persie went there in his first season and last season. One season at United and he won the league, guys, and he scored a load of goals, including against Arsenal. He showed Vermaelen up for what he really is, guys. He buried Vermaelen alive in that game. He was scoring against us for fun. Sanchez, on the other hand, he had an absolute nightmare when he left. It was comical, actually, the way it happened. He got what he deserved. You know what I mean? Every dog has his day, guys. Every dog has his day. Sooner or later, guys, you know what I mean? It's like Dustin the Diamond Poirier said after the UFC win over Conor McTapp. When he beat Conor McTapp, he beat Conor McGregor, he said karma is a mirror. So Sanchez, check it out. Karma was a mirror for you, son. Moose, thank you, Moose. Thank you for the comment. Nice to have you back again. I don't think he would come. Martinez, yeah, and they're also looking for 60 million from him. 60 million is a lot of money if you consider we have to fork at least another 60, 70 to get a good CAM. The reason I like James Maddison, guys, I'm just going to touch on that. It's like I always say, guys, in my streams, but I don't want to be repeating myself again. He's got Premier League experience, guys. Any midfielder like that, I'm sure you can think up another couple of guys. If he has Premier League experience, if he has Premier League experience, it's a plus, because a lot of players, it takes them a while to settle into the pace of the Premier League. You already get a player with Premier League experience. He knows it in out. He knows the opposition. He knows the teams, and he's up to the pace of the game, guys. That's why I think Maddison will be a great signing. But of course, he's not the only guy out there, Premier League midfielder, that maybe we have a chance to get. But definitely, it is a bonus to get a player that is already in the Premier League. Like Ben White, guys, the defender we got from Brighton and Hove, guys. Premier League experience, and that to me is vital. I'm going to move on past that now. I don't think he would come. Yeah, I agree with you, Moose. I don't think he would come either, but the assembled Martinez, Inter under Wenger would be like Van Persie under Arteta. He'll be Aubameyang. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. That's an interesting point of view. I take it on board. I have a feeling you will disagree with this, but personally, I think Alba should be playing, but instead of on the wing, he should play in the middle. Give him support from Emil Saka and Mismo hit the forward. It would probably take him a bit of time to get back into the routine of that, yeah, because he is used to playing out wide like that and attacking inside. It would probably take him a bit of time to get used to being the out and out forward, the full forward, the target man up there, like Olivier Giroud was. He's obviously not got the same set of skills as Olivier Giroud in the air. I mean, that goes without saying. When a player plays like that, he has to be kind of competent in the air also. Aubameyang doesn't have that. But definitely he can finish. I mean, if they lay the ball on for him and they play him in, he can finish. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But 1 week, definitely in the air, he's no Olivier Giroud. And as a centre forward, like I'm going to go back, guys, to the time of Alan Shearer. As a centre forward, you know what I mean? You need to have that Alan Shearer kind of level that I'm going to. Two Newcastle players talking about there now, guys. But of course, Shearer played to Blackburn. He's a legend at Blackburn when they won the league. But a goal machine, guys. 40 goals a season, no problem at all for Shearer. Well, you do need to be strong in the air when you're playing like in that position. That's all I'll say. And Aubameyang is not good in the air. He's not strong in the air. But he can finish. I mean, if he plays, he can finish. He gets a chance to come to him. He's quick feet. He can finish. He can put it in. You know what I mean? He can smash it in. That's all we need. We need just a finisher. Maybe you could try that out. Definitely with the two of them supplying him. You know what I mean? With the defence and the midfield strengthened, we'd have a bit of security going forward. We can release players forward, still keep it tight at the back. With the players we have, we need to commit enough players forward. We haven't been committing players forward. Last season, we never committed enough forward, and we didn't score enough goals, guys. Nowhere near enough goals. That's why we need a striker, guys. We didn't score anywhere near enough goals last season, guys. Games that were finely balanced and an extra goal would have won it for us, guys. How many games did we play like that? And we just couldn't do it, guys. We couldn't make the breakthrough. So, thank you for that comment, Big Lad. I appreciate it. And the Samuel Aubameyang plays 2 seasons well, then he flops. Look up his career. That's definitely true, yeah. I have to agree with you there. It is hit and miss with him, yeah. He tends to take off like a runaway train, and then He just slips into mediocrity. Who would I say is better technically? Emile Smith-Rowe or Saka? I'd say Saka. I'm a big fan of Emile Smith-Rowe. I got nothing but time for him. I'd watch him play football all day long. Same with Saka. Good players, and they get heart and soul out there. They leave it all out there for the team, guys. They leave it all out on the pitch. Win, lose, or draw, they leave it all out there. Not like other players I could mention, but I want Granny Xhaka. Anyway, I think Saka is better technically. Definitely when it comes to beating a player, Saka is on point. He's very good at getting past the player, at beating the player and getting in at telling delivery. Whether it's a cross, whether it's a shot, Saka is very good at beating his man, at going past the player. He doesn't do a bettering on it. He doesn't just cross the ball in with the defender blocking the cross. He beats a man. He gets that space. He gets an open channel to lay the ball into. He's very good at that. But Emile Smith-Rowe as well is very good too. But Saka is just a little bit better. Saka is the best player technically in the whole team. And he's probably one of the best players that play for England technically. You saw the way Southgate played him, guys. You know what I mean? It was a no-brainer. He was starting, and that was it. Saka featured big time in the European campaign, in England's run to the final, guys. There's a reason for that. Southgate knows what time it is. Saka is very, very good technically, guys. Quick. The quicker you play, guys, the better you have to be on the ball. Your technical skills need to be, when you play, guys, your technical skills need to be at a higher level then. You know what I mean? I don't want to point out the obvious now, but it's like that. Saka is very, very good, guys, at beating a player. I mean, he goes past him like they're not even there. And like I said, he doesn't do a bettering on it. He doesn't hit and hope. He doesn't hit the ball and hope and the Hail Mary pass, pray to God. He beats the player and he makes certain, it goes in with a certain quality. He delivers quality into the box, guys. His delivery has quality, guys. He doesn't take chances, guys. He goes past the player and he puts the ball in. He's assembled Saka or Sancho. I'll let you know. I'll let you know in January. I'll let you know in January. Ask me again in January, guys, and I'll let you know. I think both players are probably very good, but I think Saka has that edge. I think Saka's that a little bit better. It's like people saying to me, Raphael Varane, why did United only pay like 41 million? And for Ben White, we paid 50 million. When Varane has won this, he's won that, he's won the other. The players are very close, guys. And Ben White is a fantastic, fantastic talent. And to pay 50 million for him, he's well worth it. He's a younger player, of course, too. He has more of his career ahead of him. He's probably in better form at the moment. But we'll see when the season starts. We'll see what United have in their locker. We'll see what these two players can do. We'll see what these players can do, guys. Simple as that. Moose, I say Sancho to flop. Interesting. Definitely all the Arsenal fans would be hoping so. Nah, but I'm only joking about that, of course, guys. But look, we need to focus on our own team this season, guys. Season. Anytime Arsenal is successful, guys, and I'm not saying this season we're going to win the league, but get back into Europe is our priority. If we can win the FA Cup, get back into Europe is our priority, guys. European football. Finishing at least top 6, guys. Top 4 if possible. It's going to be very hard. But anytime Arsenal have been good, guys, they've never focused on the opposition. Like when we won the league against some of the better United teams, when Ferguson was at his peak, they had fantastic players, guys, all through the team. But we had better players. And if you have better players, it just makes the difference, regardless of who's managing. We had the players to win the games, guys. The year we went to Old Trafford and beat them 1-0 with a Mark Overmars goal, put us, I think, like 5 points ahead at the top of the league. You know, if you have the players, guys, you're going to win the game. And that's all there's about it. So I wouldn't be too concerned. And like, yeah, talking about the players United got is good, guys. Cool. Sancho. But you know what I mean? Anytime Arsenal won the league, guys, they were focused on the squad they had, the team they had, and they did the business. If we can strengthen our team, guys, you'll be surprised how far the team can go. But they need to play with passion and with physicality, but on the edge, not overstepping the mark. Play on the edge of what is acceptable to the referee. We have to do that, you know. We definitely need that added bit of physicality, like Liverpool play, a bit of muscle, pressing. Um, that's part and parcel of the game too, guys. It's all well and good being nice and pretty when you have the ball and flicking it around and doing this and doing that. When you don't have the ball, guys, you have to play ugly and you have to play hard. You know what I mean? You can be nice when you have the ball, guys, but when without the ball, you have to be a little bit nasty. And the team need to learn that. I'm not saying about going out breaking a player's leg and looking to injure him, guys, but we need to play right on the edge of what's acceptable physically on the field. Right up there, guys. And Arteta doesn't seem to have the players in that mindset and that frame of mind. Some of the players we have, guys, are ball watching the whole time when the striker is coming forward. When the striker's moving forward into the box, there's guys ball watching, there's guys letting guys running behind. We're weak defensively in the air, guys. They're preseason friendlies, guys. We've been very weak defensively. From set pieces, we're shocking, guys. Abysmal. Worse than last season. The team is like regressed. But we have a habit of letting players run with the ball and not tackling. It's like we jockey them. We try to show them outside, but then we let them run inside. And we don't put in a tackle. No one tackles in the team. I mean, is the ref going to blow up for a fair tackle, hard and fair? Of course not. Okay, you get some of these guys around there like Raheem Sterling, they'll do a little dive and a little dance and they'll be falling all over the place. At least Saka, he doesn't do that. Raheem Sterling, he's a diver, you know what I mean? Anyway, say no more about it. But we don't play physical anymore, we don't play hard. And no one goes into the tackle as such. I mean, that's a part of the game that I miss, you know? None of us guys actually go in hard into the tackle. I'm just going to take a little bit of water now. Let me post this commentary from the assembled. I hope you're all enjoying the show, guys. Like my channel, please subscribe. I've been checking the subscribes, guys. Nobody's subscribing, so things are going well. But I'm getting a lot of watch time, so I'm working hard for it as it is. So. Sorry about that, guys. Don't want to repeat myself, but I'm over here in Venezuela, and it's now 1 o'clock, guys. 7 minutes past 1 p.m. and it's the hottest time of the day. So as an Irishman, I'm trying to survive, but I'm alright, guys. I'm hanging in there. I'm going to talk a little bit more, guys. See if there's any more comments coming in, and I'll take those comments. And then, yeah, maybe at half past, guys, I'll lock that up. I'll be uploading the videos today, guys. I'm going to be quick. Let me see what's happening. Yeah, I'm going to be uploading on a few, guys, but they're going to be quick. You know, let people know what's on. I appreciate you all tuning in, guys. The assembled groups, big lad. The assembled, of course, is a regular guy that comes on. If any of you ever want to come on to my live stream, guys, I do an old school gunner fan cam where I have a guest come on and we talk football. You're more than welcome, guys. I've got a wealth of people on this. I just put out their comments. DM me, guys, send a message and let me know. Just DM me, guys, let me know. Everybody's entitled. Everybody's welcome to come on my old school gunner fan cam, guys. I'll be looking forward to you coming on. Right, guys, let's keep it going here. Talk a little bit about the transfers, like was good. Okay. So yeah, Saka over Sancho, take your hat off. Let's see what's going on here. I'm going to talk a little bit about the game yesterday, guys. The win over Watford, the 4-1 win. Lokonga. If Arsenal are going to play the way Arteta wants, where we play the ball out from the back, we need a midfielder that can take the ball quickly, carefully, and play it forward. Partey, I think, is the only midfielder that can take the ball quickly in the middle and pass it out. That's why we went for Ben White, a central midfielder that's a very comfortable, who can dribble out, who can press. You've seen yesterday with Lokonga, guys, how comfortable he is receiving the ball in spaces, breaking the press. They look very, very good, guys. Are the chances we could get sloppy in that first game? I think that Lokonga is untested. It's probably going to count against him. I think over the next couple of friendly games, I strongly suspect that Arteta, being a cautious person he is, he's going to party at Elneny, which is not personally what I would do. When you've got a young a young talent, Arteta is cautious guy. Like I said, I think he'll party with Elneny, but that is the opposite of what I do, guys. We have a young player, a young talent, like Alfred Samuel Conga from Anderlecht. I would take a chance with that player in that game and see what he can do. Arteta is very cautious, and that's not how you win leagues, guys, and that's not how you win games. Tactically astute, defensively astute, okay, but cautious. Cautious to win situations. This is probably football, guys, the hardest league in the world. It's a tough league, guys. Arteta, he should definitely take a chance with Lukonga in the game against Brentford. After our Premier League, it's only we see it's not right away. We can't see Lukonga's attributes. I think he'll be in the first game. That's my opinion. And he needs to go check it. What annoys me with the game yesterday, guys, no criticism of Leno, but Elneny had time to get rid of the ball against the opposition. That happened so many times this season. A midfield that's not able to receive the ball in tight spaces and move it up quickly is a liability to the team. Elneny is one of these players, he won't get there. He won't get there. He can't receive the ball in the tight, under pressure, move it quick. There's been so many errors at the back. Specifically, I mean, we're talking about playing the ball out from the back, which we know Mikel Arteta wants to play out from the back, guys. Bringing in Ben White, Thomas Partey can receive it in the midfield. I don't know if you guys get a chance, guys, if you go to Arsenal.com, the goals on Twitter as well. The goal that we conceded today was horrendous. Yesterday was horrendous, guys. I don't know what Elneny was doing. It's only a friendly, so again, we won't get carried away with it, but it doesn't bode well when you see that he's got the ball, there's two players on him, he doesn't seem to be aware of it. They're running in, they nick the ball off him, they square it, and they score. Easy, kind of pathetic goal. Avoidable, guys. Avoidable. 100% avoidable. If you're going to play that system, that style of play, you need players that can play it. I don't think Elneny is good enough to play from the back. Normally happens when you play from the back, two centre halves. The centre midfielders drop in to receive the ball. They receive the ball comfortably turned. If they're pressed, not panic. They need to be able to deal with that situation to escape the press, to break out of the press. What we saw today from Elneny, he had two players on him straight away. He lost up to possession. He lost the position that led to the goal. In general, from what I've seen so far in pre-season, again, we've not looked so comfortable at the back. I know in the other games we're playing for young novice goalkeepers, but we didn't look comfortable playing out again today. Runnison was in goal for the second half, guys. There was an incident in the second half. Runnison, again, a bit sloppy. He played it out. Player got his foot to it. We got away with it, but we have to improve that. There's a lot of work needs to be done, guys. In the Premier League, with the start of the season, we're going to get caught out. We'll be punished for those kind of mistakes. We're struggling at set plays still pre-season, guys. The Tour of Scotland, the two matches, guys, against Hibernian and Rangers. One was a loss, one was a draw. Struggling with set plays in that, guys. We conceded 4 goals, 3 from set pieces. All 4 goals were avoidable, guys. Like the set play, their player banged the ball in, guys, and we're free, but it hit one of their players. It was going in. We didn't really press as much, guys. The times that we were pressed, we didn't deal with it very well. We have problems playing out from the back, from the press. Those problems were there last season, and they cost guys. Last season, we ran out of time pre-season to adjust as issues. The same remain. Although the record was not bad last year, guys. Okay, guys, sorry about that. The internet here is touch and go sometimes at the moment in Venezuela. Yeah, guys. Let me just go on a little bit and talk a bit more until the half past. Let me just get another here, guys. Start chatting about that. Of course, we haven't linked with so many signings recently, guys. We still need that CEM. We still need a striker. I'd like to thank everybody for coming in with their comments today, guys. Please keep those comments coming. I appreciate it. I think Lukonga yesterday has made a statement, and if he carries on playing, he also played a good 45 minutes in the game before that. Excellent. It's only preseason, it's only Watford, but the way he's playing, the attributes he's got, excite me. Absolutely. A real find. He's very strong, much stronger than I thought. Same with Tavares, they're very strong guys. Same with Aziz, great goal yesterday. Great goal from Aziz. Bang form, full of confidence. It's good. Yeah. We don't have European games this season. There's not going to be games in the middle of the week, so it gives us most times to train. Players won't be playing as many games, more time to work on a training field. Ultimately, that should give us better results in the Premier League. Yes, it should, in effect, work in our favour. We need to get back into Europe. Obviously, we won't be as tired as the other teams coming back from a European game. Our first choice right back, guys. Who do you think? Right back, guys. Who do you think it should be? Cedric. Also, we haven't been linked to any CM. Yeah, Lautaro Martinez, guys, of Inter Milan. Possibly Inter Milan going the other way. A player of that quality, of course. Obviously, I'm talking about Martinez and not Bellerin because Bellerin is of no quality. A player of that quality, obviously, he's going to want Champions League football, guys. Chambers, I think, is Mikel Arteta's first choice player for right back going into the season. Don't dismiss Tavares. He looked very lively yesterday. A little bit sloppy in possession. We started well. The first 20 minutes, he was good yesterday, guys. Scored a good goal. Then we got sloppy, and that's led to them equalising, and they were coming good towards the start of the first half. Second half, we totally dominated it. But I wouldn't dismiss Tavares. There's no reason why he couldn't possibly play at the right back position. I wouldn't discard him on that, although Arteta's probably going to go Chambers. Another player, dominant Partey. He got hold of the game by the scruff of the neck yesterday, guys. I think he was as good today as he was against Millwall. He was outstanding in this game, the Watford game, and against Millwall. Him and then Smith Rowe, Partey particularly got a hold in the midfield, started pushing him back, dominating position as he does. I think he's going to have a big year this year. I hope he has a good season. There's so much pressure on him. He's the heartbeat of the midfield. Shout out for Smith Rowe. He knits everything together. What Smith Rowe offers to the team, I mean, we're a better team with Smith Rowe. He came out for a little cameo yesterday, assist with Tierney's goal. I just think he knits the play up so well. We're a much better team with that. And Partey as well, feeding goals to Partey. Partey was really dominant. Second half was excellent against Watford. He completely dominated possession. Aziz, another Hayland product, guys. Another thing we noticed. Another product has come out of the Hayland Academy. He's much better than we thought. Great goal he scored. Cracker. Fantastic technique. It was a corner on one side. Played to him. He shifted it to his left, guys. His weaker foot. Curled it into the top corner, guys. Fantastic technique. He's a top quality player. I was very impressed. He didn't have any minutes, but he looked good in everything he did. Great pass. He's comfortable wherever he plays on the pitch. A little bit like Smith Rowe. He'll be the next thing to come out of the end. Moose with a comment. The comment is too similar to Partey. Maybe so. Maybe so. I mean, I'm going back now to the team when we had time when we had Patrick Vieira, Emmanuel Petit, Ray Parler, and Mark Overmars. 4 different players, completely different, and they all brought something different to the team. And when Freddie Lundberg was in there, Robert Pires, they brought something different to the team. All the players were very different. Burke was different to Henry, Vieira was different to Petit, Lundberg and Perez, they could do different things. You know what I mean? And we had a good mix. Maybe they are too similar like that, but Lokonga is a top quality player. Maybe he'll replace Partey if Partey needs a rest or if Partey gets injured. Who knows which way Arteta is going to work it. There can be no excuses for not utilising these players definitely in the new season. Arteta needs to have it set up exactly the way it should be. I'm going to leave it at there now, guys. I'm going to wrap up. Tomorrow I will be going live again, guys. Just like today at 12 midday here in Venezuela. I think that's 4 p.m. British Standard Time. I will be going live again here on my channel, guys. I have it already scheduled, so you'll probably get some reminders about that. I have it already scheduled for midday, guys, the same time as today. Like I said, I think it's 4 p.m. British Standard Time. It's going to be my Old School Gunner Transfer Daily. I would just like a big thank you to everybody that tuned in today, guys. I appreciate it. From Moose to Big Lad. I'm just going to go through it. To Riku Dusenin. Of course. Yeah, I would just like to thank everybody that tuned in. You know who you are, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. See you tomorrow, guys. Enjoy the rest of the day. One more thing, guys. Please smash that like, guys, on this video. Please smash the subscribe. I appreciate it. And see you tomorrow, guys. Take it easy. Come on, you Gooners.